If you've been playing the Oblivion Remaster lately and found yourself frustrated by performance hiccups, weird bugs, or the sometimes awkward difficulty spikes, Bethesda has finally dropped an update that might just make your next session in Cyrodiil a whole lot smoother. Update 1.2 is finally here, and while it's only launching in the Steam beta for now, it's bringing with it a promising list of changes that fans have been asking for since the remaster's rocky debut back in April. Let's break down everything you need to know about this new update in the Oblivion Remaster, from performance tweaks to gameplay improvements, and of course that all-new difficulty setting that might finally bridge the gap between way too easy and why am I getting stomped by a rat. But before we get into it, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Elder Scrolls news. And if you're interested, consider becoming a member on the channel for early access on every video, members only content, your name in the credits, the ability to write in and have your comments featured, and access to the Discord community. When the Oblivion Remaster launched earlier this year, expectations were sky high for it. It's built in Unreal Engine 5 and features major overhauls to visuals, animations, menus, and even lip syncing. This wasn't just a simple texture refresh, it was in many ways a full-blown reimagining of one of Bethesda's most beloved RPGs. But while the graphics wowed fans and the core gameplay remained nostalgic and engaging for the player, performance quickly became the Achilles heel of this remaster. Reports of crashes, frame drops, and even bizarre issues like characters floating or disappearing made it hard to fully enjoy the new polished experience. And console players were hit particularly hard upon release, with both PlayStation and Xbox struggling with traversal stutters, software crashes, and memory leaks. Digital Foundry even described the performance of this game on all platforms as dire, noting how longer play sessions of the game would degrade performance over time. But the good news, Update 1.2 seems to be Bethesda's direct response to all of this criticism. One of the headline features of Update 1.2 is the introduction of an all-new difficulty level called Journeyman. If you've played the Oblivion Remaster and felt like the Adept level was way too easy but Expert turned every fight into a Dark Souls-esque deathmatch, this new setting is made just for you. The new system lets players fine-tune both player combat damage and enemy combat damage, with difficulty levels now ranging from Novice and Apprentice all the way up to Master. And Journeyman is designed to sit perfectly in the middle of all of those, giving you a bit more bite without throwing you into a meat grinder. On this issue, Bethesda has clearly listened to the community here because they've been loud about this, and this small change could make a big difference for players who want a more balanced experience in the Oblivion Remaster. The patch notes for Update 1.2 read like a checklist of everything that's been driving fans crazy since this game launched back in April. Crashes were of course a big issue, especially when engaging with certain quests or entering specific areas, and several of those have now been addressed directly. Whether it was crashing while fighting enemies or simply paralyzing the wrong NPC at the wrong time, the most game-breaking bugs have been prioritized and hopefully squashed in this new update. The user interface has also received some much needed love. Things like missing map markers, cropped menus at certain resolutions, or controller issues in the spellmaking and enchanting menus have all been cleaned up. Localization issues were also fixed in this upcoming update, including missing punctuation in Simplified's Chinese and broken keybind systems for some keyboard users. Gameplay wise, there were a bunch of small but important fixes in this update. Armor now behaves properly on Argonian and Khajiit players, player character height scaling has been corrected, and ghost NPCs will no longer be completely invisible when they're not supposed to be. NPC behavior during combat, swimming, and dialogue has also been polished up to reduce awkward encounters or broken animations, and yes, tails no longer vanish mysteriously when wearing certain gear. Here's the real meat of Update 1.2, and it's all about performance here. Bethesda says they've implemented significant improvements to frame times and reduced hitching across many open world areas in the Oblivion Remaster. Certain locations across the map that used to suffer from frame drop, like Deep Scorn Hollow, Blackrock Caverns, and various different castles, should now run a lot smoother. Optimization work has also been done on water rendering, waterfall effects, lighting systems, and even character animations. And according to the patch notes, improvements were also made to the game's weather system and the way that shadows behave when certain upscaling techniques are enabled. These may seem like small technical tweaks, but collectively they promise a much more stable experience, especially during extended play sessions. Remember that strange issue where your camera height would suddenly shift while riding on horseback? That's been fixed here too, thanks to an adjustment in character height scaling. While of course this update doesn't fix every single performance issue on console just yet, it's a strong step in the right direction and definitely shows that Virtuous and Bethesda are actively working to make the game more stable for everyone. Oblivion's quests are its heart and soul, so it's great to see Bethesda address a wide range of issues tied to specific storylines. From missing VFX in the Great Gate, to floating NPCs in Priority of the Nine, to game-breaking bugs in Through a Nightmare Darkly, these fixes will make the overall questing experience feel far more polished. This update also resolves awkward pathing issues for several of the NPCs in the game and even tackles some visual oddities like naked mages loading into dungeons without their robes. A lot of these fixes might seem minor in isolation, but altogether they add up to a smoother, more immersive world for us to play through, one where your conversations don't freeze the screen and your enemies don't get stuck in the wall. There's even some attention paid to Oblivion's more cinematic moments. The cutscenes during Light the Dragonfires now plays properly, and missing facial animations for certain key NPCs have been restored. It's the kind of polish that fans were hoping to see in this remaster upon release, and it's finally starting to arrive. Hopefully they keep updating the game in the future. Another area where Update 1.2 delivers is system stability. Long black screens during load times, slow cursors when using VSync, and problems with settings not syncing properly between PC and Xbox have all been tackled in this new update. Bethesda has even addressed cloud-saving replication issues that were preventing shaders from preloading, which was a sneaky but significant performance bottleneck for many players. NPCs also now properly respond to the wait command, so you no longer have to babysit followers like an impatient parent on a road trip. If you're eager to try out all of these changes for yourself in the Oblivion Remaster, you'll need to jump into the Steam beta for the game. The process is fairly simple. Head over to your Steam library, find the game, and right-click on it to access the Properties menu. From there, click on the Betas tab and select the Beta branch. Once the new build downloads, you're ready to dive in and see what Update 1.2 has to offer for us. Also, keep in mind that this patch isn't available on consoles just yet, but Bethesda has confirmed that it will roll out on other platforms in the near future. For now, PC players get first dibs on the improvements. Is this the magical patch that makes Oblivion Remaster perfect? Not quite, but it is a solid and meaningful leap forward for the game. From improved stability and smoother performance to better difficulty balancing and dozens of bug fixes, Update 1.2 for the Oblivion Remaster is a reminder that Bethesda and Virtuous aren't done with this remaster just yet. For longtime fans of Oblivion, it's also a reason to return to the game. Whether you bounced off the game early due to launch issues or have been waiting for a more refined experience to first play the game, this update brings the game closer to being the love letter to Tamriel that it was always meant to be. And if nothing else, it finally fixes that weird bug where Argonian Tales vanished into the void. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this new update for the Oblivion Remaster. It might not have everything that we're wanting, but it is a good step forward for the game. Hopefully over the next several months, Bethesda and Virtuous continue to update the game and make it more stable for us to play. It's been a ton of fun for me, but I have had some mods that have actually stabilized the experience and made it more playable. I still experience some crashes here and there, but hopefully the updates continue to tackle this issue. Of course, a lot of this is what we expected in the game at launch, and many of the game companies need to take note that the game needs to have a good launch state. You can't have all of these issues at launch. It seems to have become a big problem, but hopefully they continue to update the game from here on out. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Elder Scrolls news. And if you're looking for something else to watch, click one of the videos you're seeing on screen right now. I will see you there. Also, a huge thank you to all the amazing channel members.